Nobody indeed. What is good? Welcome into Driving the Line. My name is Alan Bell. Got a fantastic show lined up for you today and a fantastic guest. My man, Big Bradley Betts. How we doing?
Doing great, AB. Europa Conference League final today. Full slate of MLS. We've got Copa matches in South America. There's stuff all over the slate. Interesting day in the world of football. Excited to be here with you.
I'm excited to have you. And when I was okay, all right. Are you from Nashville? You're Nashville originally, right?
Born and raised.
Okay, perfect. Do you remember? All right, you said it's Europa League. Do you remember the commercial when we were kids for Europa go karts and golf? Take me there. Do you ever remember that commercial? Probably not.
I don't.
Yeah. Well, anyways, there was this fun center in Rivergate called Europa Go Karts and Golf. I don't think it lasted, but their commercial has lasted for 35 years as an earworm in my head. So there we go. Shout out to the marketing team behind Europa Go Karts and Golf. All right. Yeah, Andrew remembers. There we go. I'm telling you, if you look that commercial up, it was like, it almost felt like a cult because it was like this big loud voice was like, Europa, go karts and golf. And then a bunch of kids, take me there. It was pretty smart. It worked. Or maybe it didn't work. I don't know. Yep, that's the ramblings of an insane person. All right, apologies for that. All right, let's get to the picks of what we did yesterday. Shohei Ohtani, he actually had 2 walks, so we'll take that. Jackson Holiday only gets 1. Acuna gets 1. Get hurt on both of those. The NBA threes parlay, we had that in the first quarter. That was nice, as the Pacers did work last night against the Knicks. Then home runs, Shohei Ohtani hits another bomb, plus 175. Corbin Carroll hits a bomb. Well done, Brad. I believe you had Corbin Carroll yesterday, right?
No, that was Callie. Was it Callie? No, it was TJ.
Oh, TJ. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, it was TJ. Yeah. Well, TJ, well done, buddy. Corbin Carroll.
I'll take the credit. Thanks, TJ.
There we go. Your home runs are adding up, man. We're hitting them solid. Now, today, I had a lot of questions. We've had a lot of new people that are here driving the line, which is awesome. Congratulations. Welcome in. Say congratulations. You found us. Yeah, for sure. But we had a lot of questions with that in regards to our baseball numbers and stuff. And they wanted to know how we find them and how we put it together. So today I'm going to walk through it. It won't take any additional time. I'm just going to show you how to do it, right? So usually I have everything kind of preset. I'll show all the new folks how you can do it on your own. It's real easy, real simple. But yeah, almost said it again. Congrats. Welcome in. And everybody hit the like button if you can. If you're watching on your phone, take the screen, pull it down, hit like, pull it back up. My brain is not operating today, Brad. I have no idea why. Not operating. I've got a cool blue. It's not working.
It's because you don't got any Propel today.
I think that's the problem. I think that, see, look, I'm so used to I'll smash a Gator Light and then a Propel, and I'm good to go. TJ, yeah, it was. He said it was me. Also had the over 220. Boy, TJ, well done. All right, let's get in our picks for today, man. Before we do, Matty Boy said, same here, B. Money. I'm telling you, dude. Like, my brain is not operating, dude, at all. I'm with you, brother. In your feeds now. All right, you got 2 videos. Road to Omaha. This is me and Big Cali Wager, Greg Mattson, breaking down. Sorry, God bless. Breaking down. We're gonna have to hire a producer. This is too much. Breaking down how to bet college baseball, walking through the regionals, what they look like, betting tournament baseball, and some picks, and then also our regional picks. Me and TJ went through and hit on those as well. So both these videos are in your feeds. Check them out. I promise they will help. Big, big, big time. Okay. Now let's get to the picks. Brad, I throw it over to you. What you got, buddy?
Yes, sir. We got another California derby. We're headed to Los Angeles in a night in the MLS tonight at 9:10 p.m. Central Time in a match between Los Angeles Galaxy taking on San Jose, where We're taking the over 3 at -140. Los Angeles Galaxy, they are a scoring team specifically when they're at home. They've scored in now 30 of their last 32 home matches, which is 94%. But they've also scored in 12 straight matches against San Jose. They've actually scored 2+ goals in 9 straight versus San Jose. And I'll do you one better. In 4 of the last 5 versus San Jose, they've scored 3. They've also conceded now in a whopping 19 of their last 20, which is 95%. They are a regular scoring team. We have highlighted them on a number of occasions. They are actually the highest conceding team in the entire MLS right now. 35 goals through 15 matches. That is 2.33 goals conceded per match. They're taking on a San Jose squad who is also a scoring darling. The most total goals of any team in the entire MLS. Also, the most goals scored. They've scored 32 goals in 15 matches, which is 2.13 goals per match, the highest in the league, as I mentioned. They've scored 10 of 11 versus Los Angeles Galaxy and 2+ in 6 of the last 8 away at Galaxy. This is a matchup that is producing goals, not just in the trending category, but also in the matchup history. Both teams' scores come in 10 of the last 11. Over 2.5 has come in 11 straight. Every matchup since 2021 have hit 3 goals at minimum, and over 3.5 goals has come in 72% of those over 2.5 goal matches in their history. So it's trending in that figure as well. So we're taking that over 3 Asian total at -140. 3 goals pushes us, 4 goals gives us a full cash.
I like having that push insurance. It's nice. Feels good. What also feels good is betting our man, Alex Caruso, over 1.5 threes. The headband is rocking. We're going to talk about the NBA in a second, but we're going to take him over with +120. Braves and the Phillies over 7.5, -115. And in the chat, let me find it. Big Mike Wilkerson said Phillies game might get rained out. Yeah, it could. We'll talk about that in a second. So that is a very real possibility. We're also going to take the Cardinals and the Orioles over 8. -115. All right, those are our picks. Let's talk about the NBA. So, Brad, I'll pull us on screen here. We talked about it. Watch Game 4, the Timberwolves, Game 4, the Timberwolves and the Thunder, because Game 4 of the Pacers and the Knicks is going to look exactly the same, and it looked exactly the same. I can't say the same for Game 5. Possibly. But now we're in closeout mode. All right. Thunder are up 3-1. They're at home. So my initial thoughts are, if you're the Thunder, all right, you want to take that rake, all right, that stake in the yard, and just cut its head off now. Don't play around. Don't mess around with your food. Just end it. All right. You don't want to go Game 6 on the road. Yeah, you've got Game 7 at home if you need it. All right. Essentially, you have 3 games to win 1 if you're the Thunder, right? You'd rather just win this one and just end it, get yourself some rest, and go. All right. So I'm going to throw it over to you, Brad. Closeout games in the NBA are usually blowouts, and this one's at home. You taking that 8.5 with the Thunder or no?
8.5 is a lot of points. I'm not sure really where to go. I feel like this is pretty darn efficient. I would have to say I would lean the over, because if the Thunder do get up, you got to see the Timberwolves pushing like heck to get back in the game. So you'll maybe see more fouls later on, or maybe quicker transition buckets. So I think that if the Thunder get a lead, this is going to shoot the over. But if the Timberwolves maintain a lead throughout the early part of the game, I think it hits the under, where the Thunder might just limp over as the winner, but maybe not cover that spread. I think it's going to be pretty close on that spread.
Yeah, it's so fast. We're getting a lot in the chat, that are saying, like, take an alternate line, like 13.5 with the Thunder. It's going to be a blowout. And I don't disagree with that. Now, Z-Money brings up a good point. Do the Timberwolves believe they can win 3 straight? Because that's what they're going to have to do. I mean,
You have to if you have Anthony Edwards, right? Like that man is a dog. There's no chance that he's coming into this game thinking he's going to lose. So there's always a chance when he's out there.
yep, I agree with that. But you can want it.
Mm-hmm.
It don't mean you're gonna get it. I'm going with the 8.5. I think the Thunder blow them out. I I I I just don't see. I just don't know if I see a way that Minnesota. I'm rolling with the Thunder. I know I'm speaking in half sentences here, but I'm trying to think of scenarios where Minnesota, like even when Minnesota's playing great, they had that one blowout game. Other than that, all right. Here's my question. All right, if you're the Thunder, you want to start out fast. Like I'm thinking a first quarter or first half play might be good for OKC because I think that they do come out on absolute fire. You're going to get a million shots from Minnesota tonight. Yeah. Look, I'm going to roll the Thunder. Z-Money said, Matt Peralt, love Matty. Shared a stat. OKC is 7-1 straight up when laying 7.5 or more at home in the playoffs, 6-2. There we go. Shout out Z-Money. Shout out to our boy, Big Matt Peralt. If anybody is watching their show later this afternoon, number one, I highly suggest doing it because they're fantastic guys. And number two, yeah, give Matty a shout out from us, man. Love Peralt. We got to get them back on. I'll tell you this. All right. So, yeah, I'm rolling with the Thunder. You know what? I don't want to mess with the total because I feel like that's the dangerous thing. And look, Curtis said it best. Minnesota threw everything at OKC in game 4. All their depth players played well, and they hit everything, and they still lost. I agree. Yeah, I mean, it happened. Like, not that I agree. Like, it's a fact. Like, yeah. Listen, I'm not saying that Minnesota quits. I'm not using that word. I hate that word unless somebody does it, and it drives me absolutely crazy. It's why I love the Knicks. Like, even if they lose the series, which looks like it's probably going to happen, dude, hats off from me. That team plays its ass off, and I very much respect that. So what I'm saying, I'm not saying that the Timberwolves quit, but I am saying that it could be too much. Like OKC tonight at home, that crowd's going to be loud as hell. Oh my God, Robert Bibbo gifted 5 DTL memberships. Robert, thank you and welcome to all the new crew members. And good announcement here: crew exclusive is going to be tomorrow, Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern. All right, got Big John Bowman coming up on the show. Talked to him yesterday. We're going to knock out some college baseball. All kinds of different ways to bet it. Gonna have a ton of fun. Yeah, I'm rolling with the Thunder here. It's just, I think it's just too much. I think it's too much, man. It's gonna be too much for them to deal with. All right, let's get into home runs. Our favorite part of the game. Pull the chat off. All right. Aaron Judge, plus 180. Shohei Ohtani, hit a home run in 3 straight games, plus 215. Big Fernando Tatis, plus 400. Vlad Guerrero, plus 425. And Ronald Acuna, plus 550. Bradley, where are you going?
First off, what a list. These are some studs, all absolute power hitters.
It is a list. I know.
God, I love the way this man swings. I love his swag. I love everything about this guy. Ronald Acuna, plus 550.
He's got an excellent shot. Like, whether we're going to talk about that in a second, whether it could be a factor, but the historicals could be a big Ronald Acuna day. I'm going to go Aaron Judge. It's hard not to take him today. He has everything in front of him. Peggy! Oh, lovely Peggy Moore in there, Chad. Good to see you. Yeah, I hate to take chalk because I think all these guys are live. But well, I'm rolling with Aaron Judge. Yep, Judge that dude. All right, drop in the chat who you are taking. Peggy's parlaying them all. I love it. You know what? Peggy's doing it. I'm doing it. All right. That's all that needs to be said. Peggy, it's so good to see you. Hope you're having a good day. Yeah, I'm gonna go Aaron Judge. Okay. Z Money asked good question. Does anyone hedge their home run parlays with 1+ walks as pitcher scared? Buddy, I do that a lot. I also do it with strikeouts, especially on these guys. Aaron Judge. Understand what I'm saying? I'm not saying Aaron Judge strikes out a lot. What I'm saying is guys like him, Acuna, Ohtani a strikeout, but Ohtani's really good for walks. Really good for walks. So yeah. Like your question, Z, 100%. I do it all the time. Strikeouts and walks, man. Like it's a great hedge. Absolutely. Action. AB, if you had to take anyone on the Cubs to get a home run, who would it be? Suzuki? Saya Suzuki. Not that they don't have other guys. I mean, Tuck can go yard. Dansby Swanson is a great play because he's a good hitter, man. And I know that, sometimes he can get caught in the back end of the lineup. The Cubs changed their lineup a lot, too. I like that. I really enjoy this Cubs team. But Saya Suzuki, yeah, would be my guy. Would definitely be my guy. Okay, so those are home runs. All right, we're going to get to MLB weather and all that. But, Brad, we've got a lot going on in soccer. Let me throw it over to you, man, and let it rip. And let me say, on the front page of Driving the Line, actually, we're going to hit our picks, and then we'll do soccer, just for anybody who might have came in just a touch late. But as I'm pulling this up, on the front page of Driving the Line, we've got a whole playlist set up for Brad. So all this information that he drops is unbelievable. And I'm going through and kind of clipping and editing them together. So Brad, don't change a thing of what you're doing. Like, it's awesome information. Keep being you. But I just wanted to shout that out that I'm going through and clipping these up because you drop a lot of information of, someone like me who is a very novice, and that's generous, right, of betting soccer and knowledge across it. So I love to just sit and watch, and I'll watch it again. You know what I mean? Because you drop not only information on teams and all that, but like how to bet it. Like these Asian totals, like it's brand new stuff to me. So it's fantastic. So we'll get to that one second. Let's get our picks real quick for everybody who might have just dropped in. Brad, go ahead. Go first, man. What you got?
We got a California Derby tonight in the MLS at 9:10 p.m. Central Time in a match between Los Angeles Galaxy taking on San Jose Earthquakes. We're taking that over 3 Asian total at -140.
Beautiful. I'm going Alex Caruso over 1.5 threes at +120. Braves Phillies over 7.5. And then the Cardinals Orioles over 8. So those are our picks there. And again, we'll be live today at 3 p.m. Eastern. So we'll definitely break all those down. The games, right, of more bets for the NBA, MLB. All that. John, that's a butterpick. Yeah, it is. It's going to be a bit like they're they're bringing the product back, right? Like these things haven't even been around in forever. So yeah, I shouted it out earlier. Like these things take a little bit of time, but yeah, for sure. But I'm glad that you said that because I do want to start doing walks, even before it starts, right? Because yeah, like I definitely think it's going to help. Because man, it's a big market that we're missing on, and there's money to be made, man. Like those numbers are so solid. No chill. I mean, dude, the detail hats, yeah, they do. Hell yeah. Oh, and I'm working on a lot of things. I've got a lot of new stuff coming into the merch store, drivingtheline.com, and think you're gonna like it. So, Brad, I'll say this, and I'm gonna need your help on some of the soccer ones. I spoke to some guys. All right, and let me pull this down. I spoke to some guys. I'll leave that there. Do you remember the shirts from No Fear? You remember those? You might not.
It's not ringing a bell.
Okay. So there was a clothes company called No Fear, and it was awesome in the 90s, right? And I had reached out to him a while back, and I was like, what do you have trademarked and not trademarked? They said, well, how about we just talk? Tell us some ideas you got. Long story short, anybody that remembers it, they were phrased shirts. I can't even explain it. You'll just have to look it up. But it was so 90s that it hurts, right? Like it would be like baseball. It would be like you can't steal second with your foot on first. Things like that, you know? And it was over the top. And I've got some cool stuff coming for that. So we got that and a bunch of other. Anyways, if nobody remembers No Fear, look it up. No Fear shirts were fantastic, man. But yes, to answer the question, no chill, my boys. They do come in big head sizes. Yeah, look, I got a big head too. They're the classic hats, and dude, they fit great. And they're the snapbacks. So there's snapbacks. There's dad hats. There's trucker hats. Yeah. Sweat is weakness leaving your body. Yes, Purple Hawk, 100%. Like it was stuff like that. Dude, phenomenal. Anyways, all right. So yeah, hats definitely come big hand sizes. Yeah, Raven, I had a few shirts. Me too, man. Me too. The eyes. Yeah, the eyes are great. All right. Brad, throw it over to you. A little soccer talk. Break some stuff down for us, man. What you got?
Well, before we talk about this afternoon match, we need to highlight two leagues that are happening right now. One is in the afternoon times typically, which is Bolivia. The other is Estonia, kind of mid-morning, 10, 11 a.m.-ish matches. But both have been trending in these goal figures quite substantially. You've got Estonia, which has moved from a 50% BTS, just tricking up a little bit to a 55, so that's okay. But they're an over 2.5 league. You can see the difference between the both teams to score on the over 2.5 right here on the board. It goes from 50% to 70%, and then it goes from 55 to 74. So right now, 3 out of every 4 matches in Estonia are hitting the over 2.5, and they're trending that over 3.5, which is happening in 65% of those 2.5 matches. So Estonia, take a look. We cashed on a pick yesterday in Estonia in the Dub Club, so it might be a league that you want to look at. Also, Bolivia has been popping. It had a match yesterday that was brutal, but that was kind of expected if you actually looked at that matchup history. Prior to that, it's been popping. Bolivia in the season now has both teams to score at 61% of the 69 matches. They've actually hit over 2.5 and 57 of 69. So, those are just kind of okay figures. But when you look at these trending figures, it kicks up quite substantially. Both teams' scores now hitting 71% of the last 45, over 2.5 and 65%, 68% of the last 31, which means this league is now starting to score. It's hit its stride per se. These teams understand what they have in their own squad, and they're starting to utilize it, starting to get comfortability. So these are 2 leagues that you want to keep in front of you. Now, everybody wants to talk about, I have no doubt, is this match this afternoon in the Europa Conference League between Real Betis of Spain taking on the English Premier League darling Chelsea. And the biggest thing about this match is you need to know the variance between the 2 squads. Real Betis, nice open play style. Their defense, not necessarily that great. They're going to attack at any moment. They're going to leave their back open. Chelsea, different type of squad. At the beginning of the season, you could kind of say open squad. They push it forward. They want to overextend, but not lately. Maresca has pushed this team a lot more defensive. And You can see that in these numbers. Don't just listen to me tell you that personal information that I understand, but Real Betis, crazy numbers right now. They've scored in 27 of their last 28 matches, been a regular scorer throughout this entire season. They brought over Anthony from Manchester United, and he's really helped formulate that top end of the Real Betis squad. Being able to get the ball out wide to him, soak up some of that pressure, allows for the other players to create and be able to attack. And that's what they've been doing. But they do it in Europa. They've scored in 15 to 17 Europa matches, but they're more of a conceding team as well. They've now conceded in 17 of their last 20. 23 of their last 29, hitting both teams to score it in 17 of 20. Down the stretch, Real Betis, it doesn't really matter if they're playing in the league, if they're playing in the Europa League, if they're playing home or away, they've conceded consistently. They've also hit that over 2.5 goals in a frequent basis. At 24 of the last 29, that hit both teams to score. So you regularly see that over. But now let's look at this Chelsea team. Yes, Chelsea has scored in 60 of the last 69 matches. Not bad at all. Solid production. They've now scored just 2+ goals in 7 of their last 19. So down the stretch, you have not seen Chelsea push that total. You've seen a lot of 1-0 matches. It's a framework for how Maresca wants to play this season. He doesn't feel as comfortable with the personnel as he might feel next year to open up that system. So they've been playing defensively, taking a more reactive approach versus a proactive approach. Chelsea now has conceded in 17 or just 7 of their last 16, so not trending in that conceding department, being able to find more consistent clean sheets. They will allow attempts at the net, but what they do is they like to throw a lot of bodies in front of it and look to counter quick with their wing play or their center striker, depends on if they go with Nicholas Jackson or not. That will change their formation. Chelsea just over 2.5 goals now in 6 of their 16 league matches. So their league not trending. But when they're in the Europa League, they've hit over 2.5 goals in 10 of their last 13, and they've hit both teams to score in 8 of 13. So what we have here is really a clash of styles and a difference of approach. You've got Real Betis going to come out and they're going to attack. It's what they do. And then Chelsea, they're going to be out to be a little bit more reactive, even if that is on possession. So sometimes you can take a reactive approach, even in the attacking end of the field. More passing side to side, more passing wide, not as much putting the ball into compromising positions where they're going to be most vulnerable. Real's going to be looking to make quick attacks. But everything in this match just depends on what Chelsea do we see today. Do they show impetus? Are they excited to go forward or not? Chelsea have already qualified for the Champions League, and the winner of this match is a berth to the Europa League, which is a competition less than the Champions League. So this match effectively doesn't really matter for Chelsea. So are we going to see a hungry Chelsea looking for that European trophy in a mirror so they don't leave without just a totally unsuccessful season? I mean, Tottenham even got a trophy this season for the first time in God knows how long. So you've got to think that they're motivated. However, how motivated will be a regulation motivation or a take it to overtime, limp across the finish, and try not to overextend? I don't necessarily know what we see, but I want to give you every possible game plan. So when it starts, if you see Chelsea pushing forward and getting a lot of that attacking pressure and causing Real Betis problems, they could light it up. However, they've been scoring one and then, as I mentioned last week, pulling that brakes. They just want to sit back and just try not to lose. Hate that football. So we're not sure. Are we going to have Real Betis score first? If we have Real Betis score first, this could be an open, dynamic match. Chelsea score first, it could be a closed, boring, excruciating match that is just hoping to get over the finish line. And I'm not necessarily sure. So take those game plans, look for that live, and we'll be back on Friday to highlight some MLS for the weekend.
All right. So first off, great job as always. Second, dude, the phrase Bolivia has been popping. Oh my God, Brad, you are a beauty, dude. Well freaking done, man. Well freaking done. All right.
Yeah, I apologize for not having a dog in this fight, right? So I want to say that.
You don't
But I
have
wanna
to.
say, why I don't have a dog in this fight. Because sometimes if I just don't see an angle that I like, why am I going to put my own hard-earned money into something? But I know that you guys are going to be looking at it. And there's a really good opportunity that you'll have your hard-earned money. And so that matters to me. So a loss from your book is just as important as me not giving you something. But I want to make sure all that information is out in front of you so you can make a better decision, a possibility to actually win your bet versus listening to somebody who's just going to tell you, bet both teams to score because Real Betis at both teams to score. That is not the way you need to look at this match.
No, it's not. Brad, look, we trust you, Bubba. All right? We trust you. That was just amazing. Bolivia has been popping. That's my new favorite phrase of all time. All right. Let me see if we can share the screen here. 1 second. Boom. Okay. So, yeah, put that on a t-shirt. I know. All right. So, for everyone that is new, again, welcome in. And this is how we go through MLB weather. So, we use swishanalytics.com. All right. /MLB/weather. So, let's go through today. And this is kind of just how we look at it. So, again, you can see Twins and the Rays. All right. Again, humidity is there. All right. Temperature 90s. Feels like almost 100. Wind blowing out. A little bit of rain. Not bad. Red Sox and Brewers. Not good weather here. White Sox at Mets. 60s. Low 60 humidity. A little wind blowing out. Giants at the Tigers. Again, kind of cold. Got some rain. Be careful betting that one. Dodgers and the Guardians. Solid, but you're going to have rain as the game goes. 61 degrees. Feels like 57, 58. So you got some humidity up there. A's and the Astros. All right, now you've got retractable roof here. So the rain's not going to really affect you because it's going to be closed today. All right, meaning wind, humidity, really not going to play. Pirates and Diamondbacks. Temperature 100 degrees. Feels like mid-90s. Not much wind, but you ain't got to worry about that. Marlins and the Padres. Again, nothing great here. Brad, if there were ever San Diego weather, this is it. You know what I mean? 67, feels like 65. No rain. Cardinals and the Orioles. Winds blowing in. Rain heavy. If you're betting this game, as I am, yeah, it could get rained out. Braves and the Phillies. Yeah, it could get rained out. Just be careful here. Reds and the Royals. Not bad. Temperature 70. Feels like 68. Yeah. Blue Jays and the Rangers. Again, you got a roof to deal with, so nothing really there. Globe Life. Rockies and the Cubs. A little drizzle. Wind blowing in. Not great. This is not a great day in Major League Baseball, except here. All right. The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, Temecula, Tallahatchie. Right here. All right. 69 degrees. Feels like 67. You got humidity. Wind blowing out. Solid day there for Aaron Judge, Yankees, and the Angels. And the Nationals and the Mariners. Hey, wind blowing out. All right. This is actually really hot for Seattle. Humidity, got it all worked out. And wind. Yeah, there you go. So, all right, let me pull this down. All right, so any questions from anybody that is new? Yeah, Justin, AZ Dome ain't even going to crack over today. No, it's not. No, it's not. For sure. Dude, this is what I love too, is that we do have folks like Moss says. He's right outside of Philly, right? Our man Justin down there, Arizona. Like, I love when we have folks that are near these ballparks that can tell us the weather. Literally, that are like, hold up, man. I'll open the front door. Like I get you, right? Always drop those in for sure. For sure. Okay, so that's weather. Now, same deal on this site is where we get our batter versus pitcher historical. So let me pull it back up here. Okay. So you can see on the left-hand side, you'll see batter versus pitcher. All right. Click on that. And what we do is we will, kind of sort it by home runs and then invert it. So I'll show you what I mean. All right. Batter versus pitcher historicals, most home runs. And let me scroll in even more so that you can see, because I know that it's tough to see. Might be too much. Hopefully that is legible on the screen. There we go. Okay, so Ronald Acuna against Zach Wheeler, 4 home runs. All right, 51 at bats, 13 hits. Shohei Ohtani, 2 home runs off Kobe Allard. And you can keep going down the list. Yanier Diaz against Severino, 3 hits, 7 at bats, 2 home runs. Aaron Judge off Kikuchi, 5 hits, 25 at bats, 2 home runs. Zach Wheeler's name's all over this list. So is A.J. Smith-Shawver. All right. Matt Olson, 2 home runs. Ozzie Albies, 2 home runs. Marcelo Zuna, 2 home runs. You see Vladimir Guerrero got a home run against Tyler Mahle. Nick Castellanos, Brandon Marsh. Okay. So that's how we do it. All right. And we go through and just take a look at guys historically who have hit home runs. Okay. Now, let me show you some things that you can do on the site. Okay. So we sort it by home runs, and you see the categories up here. All right. At bats, like let's just use Acuna here real quick. So 51 at bats total in his career against Zach Wheeler, but he has 54 plate appearances. So that means you have 3 walks because walks do not count as an at bat, right? So you could sort by that. You could take a look there. All right. You could see walks, strikeouts, batting average, on base percentage, slugging, all of that stuff. Now, what also you could do, okay, is if you want to take a look at a game that you're betting, all right, let's just say we want to look at the Braves today against the Phillies. Well, sort it by pitcher. We'll just use the Phillies against the Braves. So you could sort it by pitcher, all right, and it'll do it alphabetically. So now, if you're looking at a game, you're like, okay, I'm looking at the Braves and the Phillies over. Or I'm looking at the Phillies team total over or under, whatever. Or you might be betting a pitcher. Now you can quickly go through and look at all of the Phillies players against said starting pitcher. Do it with the Brewers, against the Red Sox, Cardinals, against the Orioles, Angels, against the Yankees, right? And you just keep going down said list. So I like doing that for sure because it's another way to check that out. I hope that helps. Okay. Now, we always invert it by home runs. So here we go. LeMahieu against Kikuchi. 8 hits, 25 at bats. Not bad. 4 walks. Nathaniel Lowe, 6 hits, 22 at bats. Manny Machado, 6 hits, 9 at bats. You see Michael Harris on there. Again, you see a lot of Zach Wheeler. See a couple Zach Gallen here. Yeah, just keep going on the list. I mean, there's nothing great that stands out. Yeah. Take a look at batting averages here. 571, 750. But again, you want to pay attention to, the amount of at bats. Dude, for Moncada to be hitting 750 against Clark Schmidt, 4 or 5 at bats, not bad. I mean, it's not great. It's not a huge sample size, right? But you look at a guy like Manny Machado, to Alcantara. Okay, he's hitting 667, 9 at bats, 12 plate appearances. So he's got 3 walks on top of 6 hits off 9 at bats. All 6 of those being singles, right? So you could go through and find these guys to where you see a batting historical, and they've got a little bit of a sample size that absolutely helps. Because again, in Major League Baseball, in Major League Baseball, hitter versus pitcher historicals are real. I mean, we've done this for 5 years, right? So the link on that, Rich, is let me drop it in here. swishanalytics.com/MLB. And I want to make sure that we give them love. Like, go check their site out right there. Because, dude, it's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Now, let's see, John. AB, this might be a dumb question, but how are our dude solid? Absolutely solid. I mean, Vanderbilt's the number 1 seed in the country. Arkansas is the number 3 seed in the country. LSU is 5, 4, 2. I have to look it up. But, yeah, great. Absolutely great, John. Yeah. So that's a great question, dude. And, yeah. Z-Money, Arkansas's current favorite. Yeah, so you've got Vanderbilt that is the number 1 overall seed in the country, and Arkansas is the current favorite to lead. Yeah, doing great, buddy. Great question. And I love bringing that up of futures that, we put in and that we haven't talked about in a while. John said, I cashed that UTSA plus 2,000 with Cali Wager. Hell yeah, Greg nailed that one. Absolutely drilled it. Dude, he crushed that for sure. Okay. So, keep dropping questions that anybody has. Now, all right. So for anybody that also hasn't seen, all right. So that was our weather and hitter versus pitcher historicals. Now there's another one. All right. That I want to show you, and let me pull this up. And again, I do all this so that, again, if you're brand new to driving the line, look, number 1, we have fun. And it's the best community in the game, and I'm not kidding about that. Just scan that Discord. It's free. That's another aspect of this show that you can have all day, all night. And look, if you think me and Brad do good work, you go look at the Discord. Dude, the crew is absolutely mashing all day and all night. There's so many good sports bettors in there. And just great people, you know what I mean? So scan that. Trust me, Big Zach Phelps has done work in there. It is unbelievably organized by sport, by team. Father Whale absolutely drops him in there. Yeah, for sure. Now, I say all that to say, I want to show you all of these links and where we find it, because it's all about it doesn't do you any good if I just hide it. And I hate when shows do that. And I get it, when you have a little bit of an edge, like you want to mark your territory, so to say. I don't give a damn about that. Like, I want you to be able to have all this stuff too. You know what I mean? So that you can look it up, do your own work. Hey, hell, you're probably smarter than me with it. You know what I mean? So do that, drop it in, whether here and the Discord. And that's what this whole game is, man. It's us against the books, right? So I want to make sure that every tool that I have, every tool that Brad has, you have it too, 100%. So that was hitter versus pitcher historicals and weather. Now, we also take a look, and let me pull this up here. We also take a look at hitting streaks. So we go to Baseball Musings is who we use for that. And let me drill this one in so you can see, hopefully. There we go. Okay. So again, baseballmusings.com, and I'll drop the link in there in a second. But you can see Jose Ramirez, right? Just absolute on fire. 20 straight games with a hit. All right. You can keep going down the list. Some of the guys are injured, so they're going to stay on the list, which again, when you look, Brad's played professionally. He understands when you got contracts behind you. All right. Yeah, get on the list. Go down a little hammy injury. All right, little hamstring. And guess what? If you're not playing in the game, you ain't coming off the list. All right, you're not moving up, but you ain't moving down. You see Ozzy Albies on here. 12 straight games with a hit. Brandon Lowe, 10 straight games with a hit. Lawrence Butler, 9 straight games with a hit. Saya Suzuki, 8 straight games. Cody Clemens, 8 straight games, right? So Kyle Tucker, 7 straight games. Goldschmidt, 7 straight games. Yeah, Hernandez, Kutch. Yeah, so you can see it. So, yeah, baseballmusings.com. And give me 1 second. I will drop the link in here. And there you go. So that is that. So again, just want to make sure that everybody has access to it, right? And you understand where we're getting all this information from and that you have it too. Because again, it doesn't do anybody any damn good. You're sitting there saying, where can we get this? I'm not telling you. No, man. Like, dude, me and Brad will give you everything we got. You know what I mean? Because, hey, if you jump in and see something we don't, let us know. Oh, man. Brad, what are some sites that you like for soccer? And okay, let me rephrase the question here. All right, so I made a cup of coffee. So I usually don't drink coffee, but my brain's starting to work. I'm using PEDs this morning. All right. Somebody who is an absolute novice in soccer betting. Okay. I am as uneducated as it gets. I love it. I'm just not educated on it. Right. So, explain to me like I'm 5, right? Like, what are some sites that me and anyone else who isn't, knowledgeable on soccer betting, what are some sites that you like, and what should we know?
Well, the cleanest site is definitely FOTMob, FOTMOB. So, like, if I want to look up quick scores or find like your expected goals or it's just like a really clean, easy layout. It's color coordinated. It's very simple. FOTMob would be your go-to in quick reference. If you want quickest goal, let's say you're tracking a game and you got Los Angeles Galaxy and you want to know who scores and when they score it because you want to or let's say today, you want to follow the Real Betis Chelsea match and you want to wait until Real Betis score first. So then you can play that both teams to score because it's more advantageous at that moment than it is prior. Well, you would probably want to go to Flash Score, which is a really great app. Yes, for stats. Flash is great, but also it's for tracking a game and you'll get the most quick score. So once they score, it comes straight to you seconds, 10, 15 seconds, sometimes prior to a FOTMob. So I would go there as well. There's a number of sites, but let's just be honest. If we're talking novice, just start with those two. A nice, clean, easy layout in order to find information, top leagues around the world. It's alphabetical. And then you go to a Flash Score to get your goals live. You can see the VAR that's happening live. There's a lot of interesting stuff. And then the last one, third one, I forgot about this one. If you want to do game flow charting, tracking type of, so like say you're watching Real Betis and you're watching Chelsea and you want to know not just EXG, but like where are the depths of attack? How many shots, how many dangerous attacks? And you can watch that flow back and forth. You want to go to AI Score, AI Score, one word, and that's an app as well. And you can track, follow along real time, and get a fan. When they do score, you get to hear a nice cheering. So that's one part of it that I like as well. Take those 3 apps, and those will be nice, easy places to start for all your soccer knowledge, football knowledge.
I love it, dude. And it makes a noise like the crowd cheers.
Yeah, each one of them has like its own little noise, but AI's is best because you hear like, wah!
I like it.
Yeah.
Dude. Like when there isn't, it's almost like Pavlov's dogs, right? Like when there's a noise attached, like Venmo. Like if I sent you a Venmo and that sound when it comes out of nowhere, you're like, oh man, what? It's nice. So yeah, I like it. All right, that's AI Score, the app, right?
AI Score they're all apps. They're all websites as well. So you can get them on your phone. You can get them on your computer. They're all accessible. But on your phone, FOTMob is so clean, easy to use, quick reference. I would start there.
Nice. Z Money said some random celebrities that pace a game. Jelly Roll, Fitty, Russ, Rulian, Triple H. All right. Rulian Smith Jr., Jake the Snake. Dude, Jelly Roll, Nashville boy. I saw him in a Publix one time. He's lost weight. He was a heavy dude. When's Haystack? Anybody remember Haystack, the rapper? Check out Haystack. He raps about Waffle House, all kinds of stuff. All right, let's hit the picks one more time. We'll get out of here. We've gone for an hour. Did not mean to keep everybody that long. Let's see. Brad, start us off, buddy. What you got?
Yeah, we're headed to this night matchup in California between Los Angeles Galaxy taking on San Jose Earthquakes, going for that over 3 at -140.
There we go. I'm on Alex Caruso over 1.5 threes. Braves Phillies over 7.5. Cardinals Orioles over 8. Watch those 2 baseball games. There could be weather there. What else we got? We'll be live today, 3 p.m. Eastern, normal time for Driving the Nightline for sure. John says, fun fact, Jelly Roll only wears Titans gear on stage. Concert in another city does not suck up to the crowd. Jelly Roll holds it down, boy. Holds it down. Yeah, if you've ever been to the Publix in Hermitage, Tennessee, he was in that one. Exciting.
Shout out to Andrew Jackson.
Yeah, shout out to Andrew Jackson. Hey, by the way, the family of Andrew Jackson, the president, right? So his house, the Hermitage, all right, what Brad is referencing, is obviously still up, and it's in Hermitage, Tennessee, which is, I don't know what, 8 miles east outside of Nashville, right? Like, very close, okay? So I don't want to give too much, but there's someone in that family that has had detail out twice now to the house, and they want to set something up, but sports betting, presidential stuff, like it doesn't really go along, and everyone else is like, I don't know, like we're bringing in kids on field trips and stuff like that. But shout out to the Jackson family, because there's one person who's had us out twice, and he's like, dude, I like what you guys do. So if you've seen on Twitter, all right, whenever I post up a picture of the Hermitage, that's it. Shout out to the Jackson family. And if you ever go to that house, so there's actually 2. There's the Hermitage, all right, and then I can't remember that, like his wife, Rachel Donaldson, which is also a city, is across the street, but you go under a tunnel, I don't know, I can't even explain. You just have to look it up. But Brad, I can't imagine what all that land would be worth. Like, if anybody knows what I'm talking about, they have a massive plot of land. I don't know what that would be worth now. It's crazy. Anyways, go check out Andrew Jackson's house, the Hermitage. It's pretty cool. I like that. There's one guy in that family. I mean, I respect all of them. There's one of them. We don't want to rat anybody out, but my guy. Love him. All right, Brad, any final thoughts before we get out of here? Yesterday, we talked about forklifts in Home Depot, like at the end of the show. What? Any final thoughts that you have?
Just be careful in the MLS. We notated it on the board last week. There's a possibility of tired legs. There's a possibility of late in the game, maybe some teams quitting, making some subs that they didn't make prior, or starting with different lineups. We're on 3 days rest, and then we have another 3 days rest until the next fixture slate before we have a week off. So that's important. We could see some rotations tonight, so make sure you're checking those lineups.
Check those lineups indeed. Check them indeed. Now, we talked about end of days food buckets the other day, which, again, I highly suggest go check out that video, because that's the most insane song of all time. Brad, I listened to an older clip of Jim Rome, okay? And he was talking about a guy It was on death row. Okay. Going to the chamber. All right. Strapping him in. This is it. They ask him his final thoughts. The Raiders are going all the way. That's it. End of quote. My man. All right. Raider fan. And Rome was going off. He was like, what do you think this guy was talking about? Like everybody's on death row, like trying to talk to fan the last time. He's pissed off that they burned a first round pick on a kicker. Like, I can't, like, go look it up. It's on YouTube. Just type Jim Rome Raider fan or Jim Rome death row. Dude. Oh, man. And shout out. I don't know why they do this, but they always get their middle name in there. You know, like whenever you've committed the most heinous crimes of all time. John Albert Burke, Raider fan. All right, that's been Death Row Talk here. Driving. Go look that up. The video's hilarious. Dude, I don't know if anybody out there is a Jim Rome fan. Like, Rome back in the day, like classic Jim Rome. Oh, my God, dude. He has so many funny clips, man. So many funny clips. But
you know where the board's from?
No.
The board is just a stolen idea from Woody Page. Absolute legend. Every time he would have a sports talk on or he would go into it, he would have something written up on the board that made no sense. And I loved it. I look forward to it. So when I started doing this, I said, I got to get a board.
You know what? That's a good idea. I never even put those two together, dude. Like, that's awesome. That's awesome. And you know where Woody Page went to school? College. Tennessee. Random. Yeah. Random. Anyways, all right. I like the board. I like it. All right. We'll get out of here. All right. Everybody, have a wonderful, wonderful day. We'll be live, like we said, 3 p.m. Eastern. Look at Father Whale said it. Rocky Top. Indeed. And anybody that is betting, and look, Whale can tell you, Jeff can tell you. There's a lot in the chat that can tell you. Excuse me. Ooh. Hey, that coffee got to us, boy. But, hey, we killed it. All right, the whole thing. All right, so anybody betting the regionals in Knoxville, understand that Knoxville is a city. Rocky Top is real. You're up in the mountains. There's elevation. And there's going to be a lot of runs scored in that regional. So we'll talk more about it as the week goes. All right, everybody, best of luck. Let's cash these tickets. And we will see you this afternoon. Thanks.
Who's got it better than us?